Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger. When we left off, we had gone through the Blackbird. We had done some monster whooping, and we had done some rafter crawling, wow, and gotten all of our stuff back, and eventually fought the golem boss, which, well, it turns out he was an agoraphobe, afraid of heights. Then we fought Dalton, who turned out to be not as cool as advertised either. So, when we got finished with that, we got our crow back, discovered that our crow had grown some wings in the meantime, and now we are back on land, safe and sound. We find ourselves at the North Cave, where we had been told that somebody was waiting for us. A visitor had come to see us. Now, I did a tiny bit of work off camera, meaning about 3 minutes worth. I went and bought some new stuff for everybody. The Aeon Helm and the Aeon Suit, which is defensive upgrades for everybody concerned, especially poor Robo, who was about 30 points down from what he really should have been. Now, before I go in here, I'm going to actually switch this Aeon Suit off of Frog for the time being, and I'm going to give him the white mail because he's going to need it, suffice to say. So, let's go in here and find out who's waiting for us. Hey, it's Magus! So, it's you. Magus! Behold, everything's at the bottom of the sea. Gone is the magical kingdom of Zeal, and all the dreams and ambitions of its people. I once lived there, but I was another person then. A dimensional warp. This power is beyond human control. No! We'll be dragged into the warp. Now, this is actually the first time we've seen all three gurus on screen at the same time. Gaspar, Balthazar, and Melchior. In the Japanese version of the game, their names didn't really have a whole lot in the way of significance. They were simply the gurus. Guru of time, guru of reason, and so on. And guru of life. Ted Woolsey, though, chose to give them, as gurus, special significance through their names, just as he'd done with Ozzy Flea and Slash and Magus and Chrono and so on. The names Gaspar, Balthazar, and Melchior are the traditional names of the three wise men, or the three magi that you see visiting the baby Jesus in the initial chapters of the New Testament Gospels. So Woolsey puts that in to give them a bit of sort of religious name significance, as well as the significance they already had in their roles. Schala! No, Janus! Stay away! But... Uh-oh. And then they're all brought before Lavos. It's a time gate? No! And, uh-oh, it's getting Janus, too. Schala! Janus! And there they go. Now, we already know where Melchior went, because we've seen him in our time. There he comes. And we knew that Balthazar was dropped off in the future. Gaspar? This is... Hey. Nothing here. This must be the end of time. So, there you go. Gaspar, the guru of time, is in fact the old man that we've been talking to at the end of time. And then Janus pops up in the Middle Ages, and Ozzy, I guess, just happened to be chilling out in Guardia, in that mountain that we always come off of. So thou art that filthy urchin. Ever since Lavos' time portal stranded me in the Middle Ages, I've waited to even the score. You interrupted me just when I had summoned Lavos to my castle. How ironic that, having been drawn into yet another portal, I would end up in this age. Being from the future, my knowledge of the past enabled me to convince the Queen that I was a mighty oracle, but no history book could have prepared me for what happened here. Unimaginable is the power of Lavos. Anyone who dares to oppose it meets certain doom. At this rate, you too will meet a hideous fate, just like that poor fool, Chrono. How dare you insult Chrono? Oh, okay, good going, Frog. You dare to insult him? He's history. Play with fire and you get burned. Magus, hold thy tongue. You wish to fight me? Now here is your choice. Do you fight him or do you not? Now I'm actually going to go ahead and show you both. So I'm going to go ahead and fight him first. Now I like it this way because if you have anybody but Frog in your party, you will end up fighting him with 3 people, which is certainly useful in terms of trying to stay alive and all that jazz. But if you have Frog in the party, he'll take Magus by himself. So good old-fashioned mano-a-mano duel to settle this dispute, settle this rivalry, settle this animosity, really. I never imagined that we would settle our score in this dusty old era. Come, let us finish this charade. Alright, so, Magus. Now, this first part of the battle isn't really going to be that big of a deal in a lot of ways, so just basically keep on attacking him. Now, if you want to, this would be a good opportunity actually to use these items that I've never really used before. Oh, well, okay, that was not what I was looking to do. Let's try actually one of these. Now, alright, so that puts Protect on us, basically. And then Shield will help us in terms of magic as well. It's a good idea to go ahead and prepare now, because later, the fun really starts. And I haven't used the barrier and shield items before. There was one point during the battle with Magus that I was about to use them, and then we won. So, well, the initial battle with Magus, I should say, that I was about to use them. So it wasn't really that big of a deal. But now it's a little bit more of a big deal simply because the Frog's by himself, so he's going to need the help. Alright, I'm going to wait to heal him for a little bit because right now we're just basically, we're just trading punches at the moment. Simple attacks, not a huge deal. But when we get Magus down a bit, then it's going to get really interesting. Because, there you go, he starts casting magic. Including pretty much your main varieties of the level 2 magic that you see. And that's why I recommended going ahead and equipping the white mail I had for lightning absorption. Because it will help him as far as trying to heal. Because Magus is going to counter with magic, and he's going to attack with magic now. And as you see, that magic hurts pretty badly. So actually, I'm going to pop that other shield so that hopefully it'll see me through this half of the battle, although he's been casting a bunch of lightning, so that helps me. But at the very least, it'll give me some leeway in terms of some of these other attacks, like so that they don't... Well, never mind, they're going to hit him pretty hard anyway. So maybe it was the barrier that actually helped with magic. I don't know, I'll try to pop that on in a minute. Now, when you're in this stage of the battle, it's good for you to be conservative in regards to healing. So I'm going to go ahead and cure him, because otherwise this fight can get unpleasant pretty darn fast. So keep up your health, and he'll, like I said, he will just attack. Okay, yeah, that shield, there we go. Give him some magic protection here. Even though that's going to absorb, so good. If you can get something on him that absorbs one of those three, ice, fire, or lightning, or, well, you can't obviously do more than one, but basically you're going to need to kind of, I wouldn't say pick your poison exactly, but you're going to need to choose which one you want absorbed, and then go with the others, and just kind of hope that he casts, like I'm getting lucky. He's casting a lot of lightning, so it's helping me in regards to trying to heal him, or trying to not get killed by him, rather. Yep, see, basically he's making my job easy. Oh, relatively easy anyway. Really, in a lot of ways, the Mass Immune is still the best weapon for you, even though it doesn't have the same properties, I guess, as it did in the first battle with mages, which was the Mass Immune that opened him up for everybody else to attack and make mincemeat out of the guy. So just keep plugging away, and he's going to keep, you pretty much got his pattern down for the most part. He's just going to keep casting this level 2 magic. That's his staple. I mean, it was his staple in the first fight, so it shouldn't really come as any surprise now. He doesn't have that dark matter attack, at least not yet, or he's certainly not trying to lean on it or anything. So keep plugging away. And if you have Frog Squash, which I don't have yet, I will be getting that relatively soon. But if you have Frog Squash, you can actually let his HP get down to reasonably tolerable levels, and then toss Frog Squash at him, and that will hurt a lot. But I don't have it yet, so obviously I can't use it. So my best recourse is to keep plugging away and hope that he falls sometime soon, which I suspect he will. Alrighty, come on. There we go. Boy, when I said soon, I didn't realize quite how soon. Cyrus, I hath avenged thee. Defeat me, and you will break the curse on Frog. If you want to bring Chrono back, find Gaspar, the Guru of Time. And there goes Magus. You get his amulet that he had, which, as it turns out, was the amulet that Schala had. So that in essence is that. Now, you may be asking yourself, Self, you said there were 2 choices. Now what to do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away, and when we come back, I'm going to be back at the Cape, magically back where we started, and we're going to go about the other path, because actually, yeah, Frog versus Magus is better probably for the storyline, but I honestly prefer the other choice. So, give me just a minute, and we will be back on the Cape. Alright, welcome back. And I decided to start us off at the choice because, I didn't see it necessary to take you back through the dialogue again. Now, of course, in the last little bit, I said yes and chose to fight him. Now, I'm going to go with the choice I prefer, actually, in terms of story and all that. I choose no. Vanquishing thee will neither return Chrono nor Cyrus. Huh. And that's that. You can't talk to him. You can't do anything with him. And time to go. Wait. I'll come with you. Treachery! Yep, that's Frog. there just might be a way to bring him back. Nonsense! Gaspar, the guru of time, knows how to restore lost or misplaced time streams. And we get Magus. The bad guy for most of this game is suddenly the good guy. And I'm going to stick with the name because why not? Now, alrighty, I'm going to put Magus in for Lucia. Poor Lucia, always gets left out. Alrighty, so we have our final party member. And let's take a look at him, shall we? You might have, if you've played through this before, you might have seen that scythe that we could have bought in the shops. Well, that's what it's for. It's for him. And he's got physical attack. He's got, well, apparently, the time hat's a better arm, or better helmet. But the Raven armor is better for him, so we'll keep that. And he also has the amulet, which, as you see, when you put it back on, protects status. In other words, he can't be chaosed or anything like that while he wears this, so yay. Alrighty, now, what do you have in terms of text, Mr. Magus? Well, you have all three of your level 2 magic attacks straight off the bat. And he's not too far away from getting Dark Bomb. Nice. Now, the problem, Magus is kind of a love-hate character. As far as, is he useful, is he not useful? In a way, he is absolutely useful because you saw the magic that he starts with and all that. But here's the rub with Magus. Yes, he's physically powerful. Yes, he's magically powerful. But he is also unable to learn, I believe, much in the way of double text, if anything. And if you're going to have any triple text with him, you've got to use rocks to do it, which I don't think we have any of right now, maybe. Let me check. Nope, we don't. Okay, so you're going to have to find rocks that you can actually equip on one of the characters to be able to use some of these super texts with him. Now I'm going to go in, chat with the new real quick. This is where we bought the Aeon suit and the Aeon helmet, and I'm not going to buy any more of them, but I am going to look and see, holy crap, he's got the Hurricane, but it will almost bankrupt me, so I'm not going to buy it. Alright, so now let's go flying! And, we're interrupted. That's... Oh, what's that? Materializing into view here. Oh, well that looks awfully sinister. Yuck. Eee, that thing just looks ugly. And Ayla's sitting there cheering? The ocean palace hath risen? Surely it doth beckon us. Me hate, Ayla not like boat. The undersea palace? This is impossible. Sure enough. Mosey on down this way, and you find the Black Omen. We're not going to visit you for a while yet. We're going to leave your pretty self for last. You duck down here, ironically. And you find the cave where you had gone back to from the end of time. So I guess you wanted to go back that way and open up that avenue, which you can do. You can go ahead and go about that, but we're just going to go ahead and jet back the new-fashioned way, I guess. Back to the end of time. Alright, so let's hop off this thing. First time we've been able to fly around in our little crow. And now, of course, back at the end of time where we find everybody. Hey, where's that healthy kid with the radical haircut? He's... This is terrible news. I have nothing to give you but this song. It's called Memories of Chrono. I wish I could lend a hand. Only the Guru of Time can help us now. Hey, where have you been? So that's your story. And just look at you now. You've become quite formidable. Oh, I hadn't seen that little bit of script before. There you go. Huh? The Guru of Time, eh? Heard of him, of course. But what do you want with him? We've heard he might be the one to bring our Chrono back. To bring back lost loved ones. It's what everyone wants. Chrono must be proud to have friends like you. Yeah, I guess so. By the way, hey Specchio, you're looking a bit stronger. Hey, that punk rocker hasn't been coming around lately. Alright, sweetheart! Unfortunately, you were born before magic existed, but you seem to have other skills that will get you by. Meaning Ayla, of course. Phew! You hauled in a marlin there, kids! He can use Shadow, and he could probably teach me a thing or two. And there's your introduction to mages. Now, let's not practice with Specchio just now. Okay. Yeah. Hey. Here, take this with you. Egg! Ayla hungry! Want, eat! No, Ayla! Don't eat this one! Let us call that the Chrono Trigger. It is pure potential. By unleashing a specific course of events, it can have a powerful effect on time. Ask the one who made the crow, your wings of time, how to hatch it. Like any egg, it represents a possibility. It may or may not hatch. But the Chrono Trigger gives you the potential to get your friend back. The egg will have an effect equal to the effort you put into your search. No more and no less. Don't forget that. As long as you keep Chrono in your heart, the day you are dreaming of shall arrive. I get it. It's you, isn't it? What? So, they are Gaspar, the Guru of Time. Well, I believe that's what they used to call me. Ages ago. C-Trigger. Okay, well, I guess we get to go back to find out how we are going to hatch this thing. Guess we can stop by the future real quick. Hi-ho, Crow! If I'd known Frog was going to say that, I might have named it the Silver, just so we could go, oh, wow, okay. That plants us right where we need to be. Nice. Alright, so... Huh, okay. Didn't even know there was a magic tab sitting there. On Death Peak, you will find the power to restore life. But to activate this power, the deceased must be important to the space-time continuum. And you must have a clone identical to that person. Only then can a Chrono Trigger work its magic. Need a clone? The magician Nolstein Beckler could whip one up in the wink of an eye. Beckler loves festivals. Find a festival, and there too you shall find Beckler. Oh, you mean the same Norstein Beckler that we visited way back in episode 2? Holy cow, we come a long way since then. Alright, well, I guess then we have some present hopping to do. And as it turns out, until you get that clone in the present, you cannot queue the events needed to proceed in terms of trying to find Chrono. So let's zip over to the present, and I'm going to go ahead and, you see, there's the Black Omen. It will basically stand everywhere. It will stand throughout time and space until you destroy it. So I'm going to go ahead and dock. And actually, this is where I'm going to leave it, because in order to show you everything that Mr. Norstein Beckler can give you, I'm going to need to do a little, I wouldn't say grinding exactly, but I'm going to need to do a little bit of play off camera to get ready for it. So I'm going to dock here, and I'm going to do that little bit of play off camera, and when we come back on the next episode of Let's Play Chrono Trigger, we're going to see if we can get ourselves a clone and take care of a couple of things that we've been needing to do in the present anyway. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see y'all then.